Okay, hello everybody. I hope you can hear me all right. Let's do a sound check here, everybody, just on the chat box. If you could say if you can hear me okay, as we're just getting started. We're gonna just check and make sure that everything is working, but it's looking good from here. So very excited, everyone, to be here tonight for our Google Hangout, just hanging out online, talking about this great new project that we're all really excited about. I'm excited to have you on here with me as we get into what we're calling pre-launch. Pre-launch is when you're not got everything ready, but you're going to start anyway, and we've got a great video now thanks to some friend of ours. So what we're going to do is just bring up a few slides tonight. I'd like to welcome Frank and Patricia on, Tessa Greenspan, Peggy, Daryl on here, I see. Hey, Lonnie, Janice, Ed Scott is on, Audie is on, other people are coming on all the time. So I'd like to welcome you all to the webinar tonight, reminding you that we're going to be taking some questions at the end. So you see the little chat box over here, and yeah. Oh, I got my friend on my lap here. He's help. This is my helper. He keeps me nice and calm and everything. Oh, okay. Thanks, Peggy. Okay, so let's get the slides rolling here. Okay. So yes, will it be you? That is the project that we're starting here. We're very excited about it, as you know, and kind of going to go through some slides tonight and give you some training and some actual strategies for this launch project, okay? And yeah, I mean, this is kind of a bold statement, isn't it? And I know sometimes it seems like what we're doing to help what's going on in the world isn't much. And even this sometimes doesn't seem like that much compared to all of the challenges, but we all have to do what we can now. We all have to start with something that we can get excited about that can make a difference. And one of the things I'm excited about is just working with a group of people like you that are interested in a project like this. So yeah, just last weekend, it was Father's Day weekend, and so we went out and had a special dinner with my sweetheart. There's Merlin in my Infinity. He's like, "Where are we going, Papa?" He's my little friend. He's still on my lap here. So if anybody's got a dog out there, you know what I'm talking about. And Terry there on the left with that great bottle of wine that she bought me. So what we're going to do is reward ordinary people for making an extraordinary impact on the world, aren't we? And we're going to do it with this incredible video. And this is Todd Dolmage. I don't believe he made it on tonight. I haven't heard from him or seen him on. I was asking Todd to maybe pop on and say a few words, but I don't see him on here. But Todd Dolmage is the guy last week that just stepped to the plate and said, "Art, I've got some friends in the film industry, and send me that video, and I'll see if I can get it synced up." And he did. So our video is ready. It's on YouTube, and we're already getting a lot of views on it. So, you know, a couple of months ago, and this came to me today that I should talk about this a little bit, because a couple of months ago I did this presentation, did it live in Vancouver, and then I did it online as well, called PIR to Freedom. And PIR stands for passion. And I said at the time that everything great that has ever been done came from someone who had passion. And I gave 3 examples of passion and where it comes from. I said, what is it that we want, or what is it that we don't want, or what cause could we get involved in? And I said the third biggest passion was helping others, making a difference. And I showed a picture of the meal pack on there, something I've been involved in different meal pack projects for 5 years. To be honest, I was awarded for a meal pack project in Washington, D.C. several years ago, and I've always been behind the scenes interested in making a difference and working with this project. And as I said before, I kept waiting for other people to come up with a perfect presentation, and I finally decided to, if it was going to be, it was up to me, and do it myself. And then the other part of PIR is intention, right? The thing that you plan to do or achieve and aim or a person, and our intention with this project. And I want you all to think about your own intention here. What is it that you're really wanting to accomplish with this? And if we get our intentions lined up, then we become a powerful team. And my intention here is just to make a difference around the world, you know, and to bring a group of people together that want to make a difference. And you know, there's no reason, like I said, you know, we throw away enough food in this country to probably feed the rest of the world. I don't believe the food situation around the world is going to get any easier in the times that are coming here. And so let's get involved in a project that can feed the need even in advance of it getting worse and keep getting these meals shipped around the world. And the other part of PIR is attention. So what is attention? The act or state of applying the mind to something, and especially a selective narrowing or focusing of consciousness. So whatever you want to do in your life, you've got to put your attention on it and hold your focus to it. And so, yeah, that's attention. And activity then is kind of the part where the rubber meets the road. This all sounds like a good idea. I know a lot of you are excited about it, but activity is what is going to make this happen, whatever it is that you do. And I'm going to run through some activities that and kind of give you some training on this, and then I'm going to announce to you something that I don't think has ever been done in our industry as a little technique for moving this project forward. But here are the basic activities for building a business in Zango, regardless of what you're doing with your lead product. You know, there's leading with the product. There's leading with the business. What we're doing here is really leading with a cause, leading with making a difference. But in order to move this project forward, you've first got to make connections with people, right? If you bring your story to people that you do not have connections with, they will tend to put their walls up. So you've got to first make a connection, and then you make the invitation to have a look, and then they watch the presentation, which is the video, then you follow up, and then you lead them to some sort of an event. That is the process that you're all sort of familiar with. And the first thing that you want to really ask yourself here before we start this is, who do you want to partner with? Who do you know that knows a lot of people and is already a very dynamic person in your community, that has a lot of contacts on Facebook, for instance, or is involved in a lot of organizations? We're looking for leaders for this. We're looking for people that are already successful, I think, because they're the kind of people that are looking for something else to do with their time. They're not stuck in survival. There's a lot of the people that we know out there that are so busy in survival that they can't necessarily think about trying to help anyone else. They're too busy thinking about themselves, and I understand that. I've been there. And so we're looking for people that are dynamic, that you have a higher respect for. These are people that you might even be afraid to approach normally with say, Zango, and talk to them even about the product, because we're not talking about a Zango product here. Now, I want to make this perfectly clear. Of course, people, as they come and look at our project here and get involved, are going to want to get our other products. We're going to lead with this movement, if you will. I like to think of this as a movement. We're leading with a movement, and as we connect and interconnect with people and build this network of like-minded people, they're naturally going to be drawn to our other products. And you're going to have people that will come in and order a meal pack a month and then add additional products, especially as they move up in the compensation plan. So think carefully about the right kind of people, and think relationship first whenever you're going to approach people with this project. You know, it's nice to meet you. What do you do? This is a conversation here. I sell real estate. What do you do? This is a conversation. If you just lead with this and put it up on your Facebook wall, and say, hey, have a look at this project I've just gotten started on, it won't be nearly as effective as if you contact people personally, if you connect with them, if you build a relationship with them, if you have some sort of a conversation with them, and then open the doors in the conversation. So I'd like to think you to think about this kind of a process here. You know, I always think about people before I ever make connections with them. You know, why would they be interested in this? You know, what would be in it for them? Why would I like to be involved with them? And then when you make a connection with somebody, and you could do this through a private message on Facebook, you could do this through email, you could pick up the phone, you could do this when you're bumping into people on the street, you ask questions. Questions are the greatest way to develop a relationship. You know, and I've talked about, you know, they say the best way to open the conversation with people is form. And I always added L to the end of that, formal. Form represents family. What's your family up to these days? Oh, occupation. What are you doing for work these days? You know, formal R, I think, would be relationship. And the last one I like to talk about is location, especially if you're long distance. Where are you living these days? You know, what are you doing? And it's best if you can wait for a door to open in the conversation, or even get them to have a look, ask you a question, and then you invite them to have a look. And then as they're starting, you've developed your relationship, I've given you some ideas about some door openers in your conversation. Listen, I've just started a brand new project, and I thought about you, you know. What are you doing? Well, we're shipping meals around the world. That sounds interesting, but it doesn't really tell them. So, well, what does that look like? You know, what do you mean you're shipping? Well, listen, I got involved in this new project. Would you like to look at a video? As soon as you engage in get somebody to ask you a question, you make the invitation. Have you ever heard of social entrepreneurship? You know, are you still looking to do something different? Listen, I'd love to work with you on this new project. Would you like to have a look at it? Or to be bold, would you like to help me change the world? These are door openers in your conversation. This can be done through email. It can be done through a chat, especially a chat on Facebook, I think is a good way, because you can have short, quick, little conversations with people that aren't long. They're not expected to be long. Or you could just pick up the phone and say, listen, I've started on a new project. I'm going to be shipping some meals around the world. Are you looking to do anything different? Would you like to have a look? So that's simply how it works. And then you make the actual invitation. Have you got a few minutes to check out a video? Can I send you a link to have a look? Or if you want to be really aggressive, what are you doing tonight? Let's set up a time so we can look at this together, and you could actually watch it together if you wanted. And then you're in a conversation right after it. That's a bold thing. Or some people like face-to-face. You know, come on over. It's going to be 20 minutes. I want you to have a look at something. So it can be done however you want. Or I like this one. How soon can you be in front of the computer? Because what that does is adds urgency to it. How quick can you have a look at this? And then at the end of your invitation, I always like something like this, particularly if you're talking to somebody on the phone or not. I'm not sure if this is for you or not. So you take the pressure off, right? But I'm putting a team together right away, and I thought about you. I'd really like to work with you because you just have you're just so good with people, you know, and then you edify them. So I hope this is making sense. And if you've got some questions about this process, go ahead and put it into the chat, and we'll be taking them in a few minutes. Now, so here's the twist, guys. And this came to me, you know, I'm working with this new software that is an attachment, if you will. It's an app for Google Hangouts. And it has a lot of functionality built into it. And I've always felt like what we wanted to do here is create an event. In fact, I'm going to skip to the next slide and show you what our process is going to be here. Is you're going to make that invitation, you're going to send them to a video, but you're going to send them to a link that is going to invite them to an online event. is going to already start a process for you so that you don't have to do the process yourself. So when this is a link that you can send them to. This is a page. What I've done is a screenshot here of an internet website, if you will. And this is what it looks like. And it says, Will It Be You at the top. Our video is embedded right on that website. And down at the bottom, please register for our next Google Hangout to learn more and meet and I changed this to our pre-launch team because I like the word pre-launch here. And then invites them to reserve your seat for this next webinar coming up on June 24th here. And they can register right now, right after they've watched this. They could do it before if they wanted, but they're naturally going to be drawn to this video. You're going to see that question, and they're going to be interested. Will it be you? And when they've watched that, then they're going to be interested. And so what we've done is we've taken them from an invitation to a video to an online event. And at that event, I'm going to do something differently. This next event on the 24th is going to be geared for all the brand new people that you introduce this video for between now and then. And all of these people that are coming on and registering as you show this video to people, next Tuesday night is going to be for them. Okay? It's going to be like an introduction. We'll tell some of our story. We'll talk about Zango. We'll talk about how the project got started. We'll take some questions, but it will be for a new person to see it and that is checking it out and wanting to see who we are. So that's why we'll tell our story and a little bit of how we got here and a little bit of the Zango story. That'll take about 10 minutes. And then we'll talk about the project a bit and what we've got going. And who knows, by then we may have some guests. We have some people that have already signed up that we can bring on, or we can have questions. And so the next 7 days, for those of you who want to do this, and I know some of you are just looking at this and you're not sure and you're just checking it out. But if you want to make a difference here with this project, if you want to get, if you want to be 100 million meals, a team, everyone together achieves more. If you want to be a part of sending 100 million meals around the world in the next 3 to 5 years or even 10 years. I don't know how long that'll take. It sounds like a lot, but together we can do it. Everyone achieves more. In the next 7 days, you have an opportunity to do that, to build up for the next impending event. And we're doing it so easily is that we're making it automatic for you. So connect with us. Make sure you're friending us on Facebook, Art Manville, and Terry, my wife, Manville. We'll put you into our Facebook loops. Team Zalo is our personal for our own downline, Ageless Revolution, of course. Or you can email me. I also have a link where people can register themselves into a new loop just for this thing. And those people that are part of my team that already got emails, you don't have to get involved. You're already getting it. And so what you're wanting to do is build to the next online event. And will it be you? Will it be you? Are you the kind of person that is going to make a difference here? And just to close out the slides, I want to remind you of something that Bob McCauley said. When you see the horrific scenes of children we see in Africa all the time, children dying of starvation, I find it difficult to go to sleep at night. But if you think that you've done something to feed those children, to make a difference, then or give them help, you sleep a lot better. And so that's where we're at. We're going to do something here. So that's all of the screen share. I'm going to take some questions now. There we are, back online, and we'll see what we've got in the chat box. Yes, it's recorded. 100 million kids could eat that many meals in one day, Audie says. It's true. That's a big problem out there. And Ed Scott, one of the great things about the Google Hangout is that they're automatically recorded. In fact, it's being uploaded to YouTube almost as we speak. And when you register for one of our webinars, you're automatically going to get the recording in about an hour after this is finished. They'll send out the link to everybody that's registered. And that's why I tell people, even if you can't come on live, register for the event because you'll get the recording automatically. So let's see if anybody else has got any questions before we wrap it up tonight. Oh, sorry, Todd, couldn't connect to the admin link. Apologies. Well, thank you for your efforts. You know, he stepped to the plate out of the blue and sorted out our video so that it's working right now. And thanks a lot for that, Todd. So the process, I know I went through fairly quickly, but if anybody's got any questions about it, let me know. Well, I guess I did a pretty good job, didn't I? I'll just wait a second because sometimes it is a little bit of a delay in questions coming in on the Hangout process as things are being uploaded. So I'll just wait a minute or two to see if we get any questions. Oh, let me see. I'm going to try something, guys, that I tried to set up before. Oh, Matt says, so basically you're creating, Matt says, so basically you're creating a movement of meals around the world. Other Zango products are a byproduct of this movement. We lead with the movement, Matt, yes, because we're leading with the movement. We're leading with the meal pack program, and the other products, just like if you lead with the juice, you have people that end up buying El Aviv or Glimpse, you know? And so you lead with the meal pack, and the other products will fit in behind that. And we've already seen that. We've had a lot of people come in on meal packs already, and eventually they try other Zango products. But we're going to lead with the movement, and the movement includes buying a meal pack every month on ADP, $120 a month, and then leveraging that to create 100 million meals a month. So this video is on YouTube, Janice. Yes, we have a YouTube channel. You don't need to, through our software that we're using here, Webinar Jam, you do not have to have a Gmail account in order to watch it through this system. If you're going to use Google Hangouts yourself, if you want to be a Hangout person yourself, then you need to have a Gmail account to host your own Hangouts. But through this system, one of the reasons we like it is because people can register for it and they can watch the presentation whether they have a Gmail account or not. Let me see. Well, we're going to do it, Henderson, next Tuesday for sure. And we're going to, this is a test run, isn't it, guys? This is pre-launch. And so we're going to build for a week to bring new people on next Tuesday by showing that video and making a lot of invitations. And we'll see how it works out. That's the plan right now. Now, I'm going to see if I can send you this link. I tried something new here. I'm going to see if I can send you all the link to the webinar. I've tried to do this. I'm not sure if it worked or not. It says add to the cart over here. It's not supposed to say that. No, I don't think that worked. But I'll send out the, I was trying, okay, let me see. I did try to set up a place where I could send you the actual link to that webinar. So I don't have it in front of me right now. Oh, wait a minute, I might know where it is. No. So I will send that link out. I was trying to set up a place where I could push out the link to the webinar that you can start inviting people, but I will send it out to this entire list that's registered for this, okay? That's one thing that hasn't worked yet. Todd says we can match March for Peace, give speeches endorsing peace, form committees to study peace, but it's going to be impossible to actually create peace we talk about unless and until we can begin to bring substantially more opportunity to many millions of people. That's Robert Kiyosaki. And yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean, we're here to bring abundance to people. We're here to reward ordinary people for making an extraordinary difference. And yeah, as you build into a network of 1,000 and 10,000, I'd love to see a whole group of people that care about others have abundance, right? And so, yeah, it's a way of giving, incentivized giving is what we've called it in our presentation. So thanks, Todd, for that. Yeah, that's the link for the YouTube, Janice, but I'm going to produce a link for the next webinar, the one that I showed you. Okay, somebody's got some questions later. I'll tell you what. I'll go get that link for you guys. It'll only take me a second. I'll give you the link, and I can stick it in the chat, and then you'll have the link when we're finished here to be able to send out to people. I know my way around here pretty good. It's amazing what repetition will do for you. Get your links. Webinar registration link, okay? Copy. And we'll stick it in the chat. Display a sticky message, they call it. Let's try this. Oh, that didn't work so good in hands. No, there's the shortened version of the... So this should be for the next webinar. This should be for the next webinar that's coming up in a week's time. That's what I'm wanting you to see. So I'm just going to check that and make sure I've sent you the right link. So this would be for the webinar with the video embedded in it. There you go. So that's it. So that's it. That's what it looks like. That's the link that you can use when you're making your invitations to for people. Okay? And so has everybody got that okay? Yeah, this system is much better than the last system for webinars, and it records in really high quality. So thank you for that, Audie. The link works. Thanks, Stephen. Okay, so that's the link that you can use to work on when you make your invitations over the next 7 days. You send people directly to that, and you're automatically then, and you're not going to know. Okay, in this system, you're not going to know if they've registered for that, so don't expect the system to do everything. You're going to want to follow up and say, did you have a look at that? Did you register for the webinar? So you could learn more. Tuesday the 24th, yeah, a week from today. Okay? Okay, so I've got a couple minutes left until we roll out. If there's any last-minute questions about anything. Great to have you guys on here. So it takes about 30 seconds for a question to get delivered into my inbox with Google Hangouts, because it takes a little while for the system to process, because it's being recorded right now. All right. Well, good night, everybody. We got 7 days. Thanks, Arsenio, for coming on. And yeah, if you've got some questions, we can talk. I know we haven't been in touch. You've come back from the Philippines, I guess, so that's cool. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next Hangout. Shannon says, love it. Thank you, Shannon. Yeah, I think we're onto something. And Patty, thank you for being a part of this. Appreciate all you guys. It takes a team to make the dream work. Good night, Hans. Calling in from, I don't know what time it is over there, Hans. Probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, Isle of Man, right? Yeah. Yeah, Tuesday at 6 o'clock is what we're working on right now, Peggy. We're going to follow through on this Tuesday at 6 o'clock thing. Thanks, Todd. Great work, Steven says. Appreciate you guys, okay? Have a great night. Night, everybody.